So today we are checking out the Spira T-400 MWH, which is a guitar it's kind of like a T-style, but more hot-rodded to be a bit more suited for hard rock and metal. And it actually really reminds me of the Ola Englund Solar T-style, which is probably the one I'd go for if and when I do get hold of a Solar guitar. So let's unbox. It comes with a leads and some Allen keys and everything you need to set the guitar up. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Chunky neck. Oh yeah, I forgot these come with this little like string damper. I use the Groove Gear ones normally, but this comes with like a little string dampener, so that's cool. So what do you think? These are like under £300, and the pickups have got like the Allen key pole pieces, like the DiMarzio Super Distortions. It's a nice little surprise. It's cool. I like this a lot. Let's talk about it. Well, first impressions. I think this thing looks really cool. It's got the satin white finish and the black hardware, so it should hopefully show up really well on camera. And I'm looking in the monitor, and it looks cool there. So, then under this seemingly flawless finish, there's a roasted poplar body and a Canadian roasted maple neck. So that should hopefully mean durability and stability. The most exciting spec for me about this guitar is what they're calling high-graded ebony tech fretboards, and I couldn't really find out much information about that online when I first got this, but what I hoped it was some kind of man-made Richlight style fretboards, like a composite, and basically, yeah, that is what it is, but I'll tell you a bit more about that after we've heard it. It has a pretty flat 14-inch radius and 24 jumbo frets, double action truss rod, and a 25.5-inch scale length, which is what you'd expect to find on most typical Fenders and most, but not all, Super Strats. And it's also got a 43mm artificial bone nut. Moving on to the electronics, the T400 is loaded with Spira's Villain humbuckers, which are custom made with a 12K output and ceramic magnets, but let's quickly see how accurate that spec is when we use the multimeter. Okay, so in the bridge position, we're reading 11.79, so you can see that? Yeah, you can see that. So 11.79 and 7.8, so pretty much 12K, that's right. But we move to the neck position, and we've got about 7.5. So that 12K reading, I had a feeling that they were just talking about the bridge pickup on that one and hadn't given us the neck pickup. So the neck pickup is maybe like a sort of your average kind of PAF resistance, but with a ceramic magnet, so it's not going to really sound like a PAF. And for inductance, the bridge is 5.47, and neck 3.47. And in the middle, 2.23, and resistance in the middle is 4.64. I don't think there's any coil splitting or anything, so no, so just full humbucker mode all the time. So about 12K and about 7.5K. I don't think that's a mistake. I think that they are designed that this one should be lower output, because generally they are, so that makes sense. So yeah, now you know, science. So in theory, these should be very good for high gain and also clean up really well too. They won't be PAF levels of clean, but less harsh than an Invader or something like that. For hardware, it's all blacked out, looks good. Hardtail bridge looks a bit basic. A Hipshot style copy would have been perfect, but this is fine. But they make up for that by including locking tuners, which is a nice addition at this price. So next, let's weigh it. Not that it really means much because this is just one guitar, but hopefully it will give you an idea of what you can expect. Okay, so set to 0. So in kilos, we're looking at 3.325, which in pounds, which is what we really care about, is this amount. So all of these cool specs mean nothing if it doesn't sound good, so let's check out some tones. But before I do, please take a second to subscribe if you're enjoying this. It lets me make more videos like this and help more people choose gear that's right for them, so thank you. Okay, so this is the neck pickup. Middle. Bridge. So this is like a plexi mid-gain type sound starting on the neck pickup. Bridge pickup. I think that sounded good. It sounded big and full in the room. Hopefully that will translate over YouTube for you as well. I find that most guitars are shipped with the action slightly high for various reasons. It does make sense that they set them up that way. it just takes a few minutes to lower the action. They give you the tools to do that yourself anyway. Just a few minutes, and then I'd be even happier with this guitar. But I just wanted to show you exactly how it is straight out of the box. The nut seems to be cut really well. There's no binding that I've noticed, and it seems to be staying in tune really well. I stretched the strings just before the playing section of this video, and they've held tuning really well. There's definitely no sharp fret ends, and the frets themselves are pretty smooth. But as with nearly every sub £500 guitar that I've played, they could do with a slight bit of polishing, or just play it a lot and they'll be fine. It's definitely one of the better ones that I've tried within this price range. Actually, they're completely fine. I'm just being overly sort of critical there. They're fine, completely fine. I mentioned earlier that I was really interested in the fretboard material, so I reached out, I emailed my friend at Spira, and he confirmed that the fretboard is a type of composite. It's ebony tech, which is a composite material that uses real ebony, and that's mixed with resin. The reason they do that is it creates a much more sustainable and consistent fretboard that doesn't suffer shrinkage like typical ebony fretboards do, but it still has the ebony look and feels like ebony. And it's something that I thought about before, like, why don't more affordable guitars do it this way, or companies do it this way? Maybe about 10 years ago, actually a bit more, Gibson decided to replace all the ebony boards on Les Paul Customs for a similar material, Richlight. And it makes no sense to have it on an instrument like that, but for guitars like this, it makes perfect sense to me. And I can only see positives in this case. Let me know if you disagree and why, and also let me know if you know of anybody else doing this fretboard material at this level, because I can't think of any. You can get these online for under £300, maybe about €350. Actually, I think I saw them recently at Gear for Music and they were $289. So I'd get one if I were looking for this kind of thing, like a modern take on a classic T style that fits that hard rock and metal aesthetic. And the headstock as well actually looks pretty good. So plays good, sounds good. Worth checking out if you can. I'll be featuring this guitar in a few other videos that I've got coming out in the next sort of few weeks, so keep an eye out for that. And if you like this guitar, you might enjoy checking out this one as well. It's from Jet Guitars, and it has a lot of similar features that you might want to check out, so see you later.